In this short tutorial, we're going to look at how you can connect your Platformly account with ClickFunnels. So at the moment, they don't have a native integration with us, but maybe if you hassle them enough in their Facebook group and by contacting support, they might add one. But in the meantime, it's not needed in order to connect the two together. So if you're using ClickFunnels and you want to send your contacts into Platformly, the way you can do that is you need to create an opt-in form. So for any third-party service that you want to connect to, if they don't have a native integration, you're going to create an opt-in form, okay? So in this example, you'll go Forms, Opt-ins, Add New Form. And then you'll see at the top here, third-party form code. So instead of selecting another template or something like that, you're going to select third-party form code. And this is what it's going to look like, and you're going to click OK. So you see above here, it says that this is the default code. Click on the Submit button and choose the correct action. Once that's done, save it and get the form code. So let's do that now. So the first thing we're going to do, we click the Submit button. And we click on this little icon here. So it's going to open up our options in the right sidebar. Now from here, what we can do is we can, when they submit a form, you add either a tag or a segment, or you can add both, all right? So in this case, we want to just add a tag. We're going to call it test tag 1 for this example. And you can use tags to email people, to later on create segments, to do automations, everything like that. So you want to be tagging them. So in this case, you tag them, for example, ClickFunnels opt-in such and such funnel name or something like that, or if you want to put them directly in a segment, you can do that as well. Okay. If you don't have the tag created yet, you click on create or delete a tag, and by clicking that, it's going to open the tags in a new window. You'll create it, and then you'll come back here and just simply hit refresh, and it'll be available in the drop-down menu. And then another important thing is once they click submit, we want to redirect them, okay, to a different URL. And that's key because obviously ClickFunnels, you're building funnels. So it's a series, so it goes from one page to the next page. So we need to know where to send them when they click submit. So now let's go back into ClickFunnels. And the way they currently have it, I've just got an opt-in page open here, an opt-in template. So when people opt in here with their name and email and they subscribe, we're going to want to send them to Platformly and then continue them on their way. So we click integrations from the settings tab at the top. And now from integrations, we're going to choose HTML form, and then we're going to choose integrate an existing HTML form. Okay. And you'll see down here, they say important, manually set the redirect. Now it's a little bit out of your screen. So let's move it. Yeah. But anyway, there's a URL down here. So I'm just going to copy that. Okay, and then we go back to Platformly, and then when it says redirect to, we're going to paste in the redirect that we want it to go to, okay? And that's all we need to do. Then the next thing we do is we give it a name. So in this case, we're going to call it ClickFunnels opt-in 1 as an example. So you'll name it so that you can track what it is, and you click save. Once it's saved, you're going to have an option to get the code. You see here where it says get code. So now we've set this up as we want. That's all that there was to it. You click get code. And you'll see here, option 3, third-party integration. You'll click that. Now you choose the API key. The benefits of doing this is it's secure to your account. And then also you can delete these API keys if you change services. So for example, if your ClickFunnels account gets hacked or if you stop using them or something like that, you can always delete that API key. Or if you've got a client, for example, and they're no longer your client and you don't want their forms to keep sending opt-ins into your account here, those are the reasons. So we selected the API. If you don't have an API, you simply click this button. Once again, it'll open in a new tab. You'll give it a name. I call this ClickFunnels account. You'll click save. You'll come back here, hit refresh, and it'll be available in the drop-down. Then you click get code. Now we've got this code, we're just going to copy it. So you just simply click that, and we go back here, and here where it says paste, we're just going to Control V, and then we're going to click save, pass and save web form. And you'll see it's going to give us here a first name and an email. So you're obviously going to select name and email. Okay, so whenever someone puts in their name and their email, it's going to pass that information. And you don't have to click any other buttons. It automatically saves it to a click away. And I'll show you that. So you see there's the green tick and we'll come back and we'll see that that's still there. So then you can save this, and also let's just preview. So we'll click preview, it brings us here. Let's call this testing 222, same with the email. And then when we click subscribe, what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to then forward us to our next step in the funnel, which it's done. Okay, this is the next part of the funnel. So we've been forwarded there. Now let's just go back here. Okay, once you're done here, you can click back and we'll leave. And we should be able to see this is what we've created, and you can see one opt-in. So you're not going to be able to see the stats here because this isn't passed to us as it's not a native integration, but you will be able to track the opt-ins from those different sequences, okay? And now that we've created that one, we're going to view contacts and see that ClickFunnels contact has been added here. So there we go. Testing 222, this is the one we've just added. And if we click this quick look, you'll see that he's got the tag, test tag 1, which means that now we can start marketing to that contact. All right, so that's how you're going to go about integrating in ClickFunnels.